Alrighty, so I'm back. And as I said, I would wait to work on that tower I was talking about last time when I wasn't doing a quiet time episode. I did actually start compiling those onto a playlist on YouTube. And yeah, in the description, I did put, in case you wanted something to sleep to at, bedtime, because Minecraft sounds are really relaxing, and sometimes people talking just aren't as relaxing. It's the way the world goes, and I completely understand that. So I did put those in their own separate playlist. I do. Hi! Yeah, I figured out also how to be able to look at my chat with my one monitor. Um, that was interesting to be able to figure that out. So hopefully that stays. But yeah, so the link to the YouTube is in my channel's about link things. So if you guys ever wanted to go check that out. Also, any past videos that have been removed from Twitch are on that YouTube channel, as well as if you guys ever wanted to see just the intermission video, because I don't think I've been away from the computer long enough for the whole thing to play through. Um, but I'm not sure. So, that's another option. And let's see, we're gonna get another pickaxe and more obsidian. Work on that tower. And also do the redstone stuff. So or not redstone. What do you call it? The red nether bricky nonsense. The dense forest. So my brother was on and he was helping me, and the forest ended up a lot. The forest around my tower. I was like, what would be real cool? Let's bring the nether to the overworld, because that sounds like a good idea. It ended up a lot denser than I thought it was going to be. And why do I keep clicking on that? But lately, every time I see it, it just kind of grows on me. So I see it in the distance and I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. It definitely stands out though in comparison to the rest of my village. I was mining yesterday. I had to pop out and I'm filling up the blank area so I can actually get like that corner again. Um, it it's definitely different in comparison to the rest of the village, but I'm actually really happy with it. And I think having the obsidian tower peeking up through the top of it, it's going to look. Oh yeah, I need a pickaxe. It's going to look so much better. Or worse. I actually honestly don't know if it's going to be better or worse or what, but we're going to really hope that it's the better part of all this. Pickaxe. Doo-doo-doo. I was actually contemplating, so in the base tower, I guess, the tower of the aquamarines, I have the lantern sitting on quote-unquote windows. You can kind of see it in the distance there. And I was actually wondering if it would be better, because at the bottom here, Let me get over there. There we go. Yeah, so like at the bot, oh no, that's the wrong one, but it's kind of the similar concept. I do have, you know, the light on the stairs, or, you know, doing something very similar to that, but instead using the nether wart, nether bricks. Because I really wanted that red, and that's kind of why I was disappointed, like, because they have the soul flame lanterns and they have the regular lanterns, and I was really, really sad when I found out that the term redstone lamp does not, in fact, signify that it is a red lamp. It's a block, like the copper blocks that they recently released, that you do need to activate, and they're not even red. And I just cannot thoroughly express my disappointment in finding that out. Not pleased with that information. So we're gonna see how far out we can get. The tower, and I am actually going to endeavor to see how it would look to have the walls to hang the lanterns on. Do you think we should add some crimson into the forest? No, I actually really liked the idea of that green. But I was thinking, oh, missed that one. Okay. I was thinking that it would be interesting to do like another one of these, but a crimson forest, and doing, you know, because like we had talked about this previously, doing a netherrack or whatever tower. So because yeah, like I said, I do actually really like it. And actually when I'm done with this, I'll pop into creative and then we'll go do like a little flyover. There we are. Yeah, see, yeah, I really like the black, how it stands out with all the green, but I feel like if we added too much red, it would start coming off as kind of like Christmassy. But I was thinking it would be really, really interesting to do one like way over there, but again with another rack, bricky stuff. And then maybe using the deep slate as a, what do you call it? Like the stairs and stuff. Right? So I do a lot of mining, wrong button. And so I do get a lot of deep slate, and they had, see if I can find it, decorative stones. Yeah, these look really cool. Um, yeah, this is what I was talking about, maybe doing the flooring if I ever find any. So, and then they also have, you know, the deep slate stairs and the deep slate walls. I don't think that they have any fencing though. Yeah. which I think it's really funny that they have another brick fence, but no other stone type stuff. It's all wood. So I thought that was interesting when I was looking into that. But yeah, I was still so disappointed. Didn't have any of the light source blocks I wanted. Although I did briefly entertain the idea of putting amethyst crystals instead of the lanterns, but I opted not because I thought it would clash too much with the red, and I really like the idea of that red. And it actually looks like, because I wasn't paying attention to that, that my brother has popped in. Oh, let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to be putting the lights on this level. And I think I'm only going to put the lights there, just on the very corners. Okay. I'm really bad at Minecraft parkour. If you've seen any of the other videos, you can see me complain and get crumbs in for you. About how bad I am at some of these controls still. One's blank, and then this one. Like the crimson root blocks. There's actually a crimson forest kind of close to that nether entrance. I'm not exactly sure where, but I know that there is. But I mean, like I said though, I haven't quite decided if that's the route I really want to take. Because I'm indecisive. And sometimes I think, oh, that'll be super fun. And then I'm like, not as fun as I thought it was going to be. Like, even though I'm thinking about, you know, like those lanterns. I'm also thinking how to put them on the outside as it goes further up. And because I'm putting them on the diagonal, if I put like wall. It won't show, it'll just be a stick. I don't know. Food for thought. I think for right now, I'm actually probably just going to put the lanterns down. So then I can do that. And I can always change it up later. So, yeah, this is going to be the start, and we'll see how far up we can go before I start running out of stuff. Mostly the nether wart, I think, is going to be mostly the concern. Yeah, that looks good. 1 and 2. I mean, I don't think it's going to stop anyone who's really determined to jump off the edge, but should be enough to give like a little bit of a guideline, like, hey, you probably don't want to be doing that. Unless, falling to your death is like your end goal, then who knows? There we go. So, I do that right. 2, 3. Oh. Those needed to be on the next level up. I wanted them to do every 5, not every 4. Which would mean don't try swimming in lava. 1, 2, 3, 5. Every second platform, it looks like there'll be lights. That'll be a lot easier to try to remember. Gotta mine the obsidian. Okay. Do, 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 do. So much easier to mine the obsidian when I'm not underwater, as was constantly pointed out to me the other day. But if I don't do it while I'm underwater, I die. Do, 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 do. Okay, I think I got it all. So let's go here. Start putting these where they belong. I say I'm going to be kind of happy once I can get out of this forest. I wasn't supposed to put that one there either. And then there you are, and then we do the lanterns. Although, could bring them up. Because it's not like I'm worried more for aesthetics. Yeah, I think I'm going to bring them up and then have them sitting where that platform is. No. That one's gone. Okay. So every second platform on top of the platform, not on the platform. So, missed one. And this is probably not going to be the first nor last time I make a very similar mistake. Even though right now I'm just trying to figure out how I want it to go. This does not, however, mean that I will remember that this is how I want it to go. There we are. Yeah, I'm gonna still keep to those corner type deals. Nope. I'm not gonna be done for a minute. Why? Do I need to bring a pickaxe? I'll finish this round and then I will get over there. If I can stop falling off the edge, that would be fantastic, but we both know that is not going to happen. Oh. Well, it's not on my island, is it? Because like I said, I hadn't made a solid plan like, oh yeah, this is definitely what I want to do. I'm waiting for it to load, but give it a second because it's getting there. What are these? I'ma pick it. It just poofed off. Where even are you? I think I see your base. Okay. But what are these viney things? They look cool, and I want them. Let's see if I can find them in creative. I think they're these, the weeping vines. But they're pretty. Yeah, that is really funny. Yeah, and that's another reason I was thinking about the red ones, but like I figured the red with the obsidian tower would be kind of like I'm gonna head back to my village now. I kind of thought that the red with the black would be very, I don't know, I guess like demon lordy. And the last thing I want is some hero to be isekai to my world to try to banish me from my own tower. And yeah, the audiobook that I'm listening to right now is a isekai, which, you know, in and itself isn't unusual for me. I really like the isekai stuff. Um, but what I do like about it is that it doesn't start off, like you're the hero and the hero is over there like any sane person who just wakes up in another world and is told you're the hero and you need to go save the world to from the demon lord and you're the only one that can do it and if you don't everybody like gets unalived. Like no sane person is going to be like, and I'm sorry if this is you, but I'm really not, is going to be all like, oh yeah, let's do this. I got this. Like most sane people are going to be like, no. Or, at the very least, well, like, at least I don't have to go to work tomorrow morning. Like, not that those people are sane either, but, like, there's a general, I guess, lack of that realism. And I do like that the one that I'm reading now or listening to, it's a couple of teenage kids, and they're just like, what? No. Like, no. And I actually find it really funny that one of them has an ability to, like, get people to think rationally instead of, like, panic. I thought that was kind of cool. But what I don't like about it is that anybody who's read isekai, like actually read the RPGs and the isekais, like certain items and things are bold and italicized, like skills, items, like if you're doing like a D&D thing, like a bag of holding, or like you're doing like I guess like a Minecraft thing, like a villager to be bold or bracketed or italicized, or something to differentiate that this is not just words, like it's an actual thing. But like this one, and I don't know if it was the narrator's idea. I do know that this narrator sometimes, and I don't know if it was his idea to do these things or like if it was the publishers that were like, hey, look, we need you to do it this way. But like one of the narrator stories series I absolutely love, where like people can telepathically speak, right? And so in order for you to differentiate listening to the audiobook that these people are telepathically communicating versus like regular communicating, is that there's kind of like this thing where he gets stuck over his mouth to differentiate, hey, I'm telepathically speaking versus not. Because again, like in the text, it's differentiated. It's very easy to tell. But this one, it's so weird because like if I was talking about like the villagers, every time I would say villager, it's like villager instead of like you're normally talking about villagers. And it's so removing from like I'm not immersed in it anymore. Like I am listening to a fantasy and I know I'm listening to a fantasy. Right? Like it's not like, oh, like I can actually see this happening because it's not just for classes like hero or abilities like flamethrower. It's also for like bag of holding and America, just different. Anything that has a name gets that treatment. And like you can kind of overlook it if it's like the narrator from a male perspective. But like there was one part where like this girl was speaking and she's over here like this, because it's a male narrator, so they kind of heighten their voice. And she's talking about the hero in the story. And I'm like, whoa. Like, really throw it for a second, why don't you? That's fine. Like I thought I just like zoned out and I was listening to a completely different thing for all of 2 seconds. It was very distressing, in case you can't tell. But that's what you get for, you know, listening to things instead of reading it on your own. So that sometimes it's not the way you want it to be. But other than that, so far the story is really good. Like I said, the kids they got hit, and I know it's a thing and it gets troped a lot, and especially nowadays, a lot of these independent publishers are using these tropes very, very like fourth wall breaking. But they did even say we got hit by truck cunt and landed out in like another world. We've been isekai'd. So it's actually very amusing if you can get over the bold italicized. I don't know what verbiage that they do. So yeah, that's what I'm listening to right now. But it seems like because the more they get into this world, the more they start talking about the abilities and the classes and the places and things of that nature. It's like the more and more those, I guess, like bolded. I haven't actually read the book. I was reading the reviews. I was like, is this just like a me thing, or like is this like a thing? I was actually reading the reviews, and apparently in the books, all these things are bracketed. Um, it's just very unimmersing. Not too happy about it. The more and more it happens, the more I keep getting thrown out of being able to just like sit back and relax. Cause like, especially when they're, they're like kind of not whispering, but it's a little bit of a quieter. This also gets me too. Other than the female narrating, and then all of a sudden the hero, which is a true thing that did happen. Um, is that they'll be having like this quiet conversation. And it's obviously supposed to be very whispery because they're all whispering. And then all of a sudden they say the word hero. And it goes back to whispering. And I'm like, why? Like, you couldn't just go hero. No. Full volume, no remorse. So, yeah, that's been what I've been doing. I'm just gonna grab a bunch of this obsidian. I think I'm also gonna grab some of these because once I am done with the 29 little things I have, I'm gonna be making some more. And I do have like a crafting block and everything kind of around there. But actually, I think what I'm gonna do, since this is gonna be an ongoing project, is put a lot of this stuff over there so that way I don't have to deal with this next time. And I'm also going to put one of those. Not that I don't think I have any more. I might have to make one. Oh no, I do. Look at that. Do do do. All right. Villagers need to go to bed. Go to bed! But because my village is so dense and there's no like way everything's facing, they sometimes get trapped in places, which is a bit funny, but also mildly concerning, but mostly a bit funny. Villager dudes, villager dudes. I actually found yesterday, I was completely offline. I was trying to go to sleep for 4 hours. It's inconvenient, but I was playing and I was trading with some of the villagers. And actually found two that were untraded with, so I was kind of surprised. So I'm probably going to be getting a stonemason in here. Because, well, I'll be having this so I can carve that stuff. Do, 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 do. Yeah, because the other one I moved was another stack of obsidian. Okay. Yeah. Still wish I could do something for those. Don't know. If you have like any suggestions, like, oh, you know what would look real cool? And then like a picture or a description, um, like let me know. Because that's really what I'm hung up on the moment is how to put those lanterns easily in a way that gives both light inside and outside because I want the thing to shine. It's like I know I could, it just would require a lot of whatchamacallit, real descriptive. Scaffolding. So yeah, I know you can do it with the scaffolding, but kind of didn't want to. Some things I'm all for the hard way, some things I'm like, nope, I want the easy way to do this. And hanging lanterns definitely want the easy way. And I did think about doing the redstone torches. I really did. I just did not like the way that they looked in my head. It's like, no. I also did entertain the idea of the copper blocks. And then like having them rest out to kind of go with the whole mood, or like doing the shroom lights instead. Actually, sometimes I still think about doing the shroom lights, but that is the worst case scenario. I can always pop the scaffolding and go up and fix the problem. if I do actually find a, I like this way better. It's so much easier when I'm not trying to avoid tree branches. So far, I think it looks pretty good. Alrighty, and this should be the round I put the lanterns on. Let me go check. Yeah, alright. Truck. How devastating, I guess, to get isekai'd via getting hit by a truck. I mean, that just sounds so traumatizing. Like, how did you get to this world? I got hit by a truck. What's a truck? It's a really big carriage, but it goes like way more than your normal carriage. And then they wake up in the other world and they're like perfectly fine with their situation. They're like, oh yeah, this is cool. At least I didn't die. That's the thing though, they did die. They got unalived. And no one's going to convince me otherwise. Yee. And I know I did something different with those this time. Or I guess maybe I didn't do it as different as I thought I did. Yep. Alright. Yeah, I don't know what I did there, but we're gonna leave it like that. Needed to make some more. There we are. And I know that there's probably a word for like when you get isekai, like, it was even again mentioned in the book because the book's all about the tropes. You get hit by truck gun and then you get isekai'd. And then there's also specifically getting stabbed versus like any other way. Those are the two ways people get isekai'd. Like, why? I liked the Narnia isekai. They were just like, that's just another thing. No one's gonna convince me the like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe specifically is not like one of the original isekais, because they just go in through a door to another world, and then like the second time that they go through, like they're stuck there. Like all four of the kids, they're just there. Like they don't really have a way home. They don't want to go home, but they don't really have a way home until like the very end, and then they're all like, "What's this? I remember this," and then they do go home, but then they can't find their way back. Like he convinced me that that is not an isekai. Yeah, lowering the music has definitely helped. At least my ears. I don't know about anyone else's, but yeah, so next platform. And as you see, I've been collecting all this obsidian and I haven't really decided what to do with it. Because I mess up way too much building the houses to want to spend an exaggerated 5 minutes fixing the obsidian that I will routinely mess up, by the way. It's happened quite a number of times. I like the little ghosty ghosts from the soul sand. They're so cute. Yet no one's ever going to convince me either that those are not adorable. Kind of creepy, but definitely adorable. And I need that wall. Doop. actually quite a bit taller than I thought I was going to be getting so far. Aye. I'm only going to be on here for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to have to be logging off for a little bit. But hopefully I'll be back later today. And yeah, I did, and I'll be updating the bio or whatever also later. Well, I will for sure be updating the bio later, but getting on may or may not happen. I will be streaming live Thursdays from, I was thinking 11 to 1, give or take. And I definitely will try for those to be, you know, like talking episodes. And I mean, feel free to engage in the chat because if you guys have not noticed by now, I get a little weird when I'm just talking to myself. Because I feel like I run out of things to say. And sometimes I do even contemplate just starting to count things. How many have I put down so far? I don't know, but so yeah, definitely that's gonna be like the game plan Thursdays. Like 100% for sure, you can catch me on Thursdays. It's a decision and it has been set in stone. Kind of. Well, it'll be set in stone when I actually update the whole thing, but the principle's still there. Yeah, this is a lantern one, so I'm just gonna put those there. Oh yeah, we're gonna see how high this tower goes. I think I'm probably gonna reach quote unquote max height sooner than I was expecting. But I mean, like, this is obsidian from taking down the ruined nether portals that you find all over the world, and also mining in and of itself. I put the water down and then mine the obsidian just because it's so much easier to do it that way. I don't even know or want to know how I manage that. Alrighty, and I think that is actually going to be all for today. Again, like, follow, subscribe, all that other good support stuff that you can do on whatever platform you're watching this on. And I hope you have a good day. Bye.